Welcome to Brawl Stars. Sorry, I mean Pop Culture Commander. That's right. This series is going to take celebrities, TV shows, movies, and other pop culture things and make commander decks perfectly themed around them. This week, we are rocking with Timothée Chalamet in the guise of Joda Archmage Eternal. And if you don't think he looks like Joda, especially on that screenshot, then you gotta get your eyes checked. So, how did we build this deck? Well, ignore all this stuff on the left. That is just to piece a deck together and make it work. But Timothy got his big break in Call Me By Your Name. So, of course, we have to have Magic's biggest gay couple. We have to have Tomek and his husband Rao, Rao the otter, and Rao in his various forms. Call Me By Your Name, well, or Caller of Storms. Next, Timothy was well known for Little Women. Little Women, a wonderful pastoral movie, a retreat into the countryside. Not a lot of pastoral, non-fantasy cards in Magic, but I think a Provisioner looks like it. Jo becomes a governess that's kind of like a mentor, and there's a little homage to Timothy's other medieval movie, The King. So, of course, we have to have Kenrith, the King. Next, maybe not chronologically, but I don't know if you saw the movie musical Wonka, but we have to have some Willy Wonka inspiration in Timothy's deck. Some on-the-nose things, Candy Trail, Candy Grapple, Tough Cookie, Trail of Crumbs, but also I'm a little skeptical of how Wonka made his riches, so I think black market connections is probably more a part of his wealth than he wants to talk about. And of course, we have to have his golden goose, and a golden opportunity. And there are not a lot of Oompa Loompas in Magic. In fact, there are none. And dwarves don't have blue skin, and goblins have red skin, but a workshop assistant is kind of like an Oompa Loompa. It's close enough. Now I put the tempting apple here. And, it's food. It's an apple. It makes a little sense for Wonka, but it also makes some sense for Little Women with the apple orchard at the very end. But really, there are no peaches in Magic the Gathering, and I think the tempting apple is the closest we can get to the peach of Call Me By Your Name. Listen, call it like you see it. Our second to last movie is Don't Look Up. The meteor strike is, of course, represented by meteor swarms, meteorites, and Roxanne with her meteors. We have a meteor golem and the wrath of God that destroyed our planet. And we also have the homage to all the science that was dismissed. People didn't want to believe what was in front of their very eyes. Lastly, and obviously mostly, we have DUNE. DUNE, a magnum opus series and soon-to-be movie trilogy. So, of course, we have to have all of Magic's dual-colored deserts. We have to pay homage to Arrakis by having the sand planet. Also a little homage to Interstellar, where Timothée Chalamet had a tiny part. We have to have Arrakis after it gets terraformed, some greenery. And we have to have a lot of desert synergy. The desert, getting desert lands, as many sandworms as Magic Arena has on its client. Hazard of the Dune, Colossal Rattleworm. If I saw a worm and it had sand in its photo, it has to be part of this deck. Sandworm, Greater Sandworm, Sandworm Convergence, and of course, even if it isn't sandy, the mother of all worms, World Spine Worm. So we have our deserts. We have our desert flavoring, our promise. We have our worms. What else do we need to feature from Dune? Well, we need to feature the spice. The spice which gives you precognition. You can see the future. You can see the past. In fact, you can see everything. Omniscience is within your grasp. And who shares this powers, teaches these powers to Timothy, to Paul Atreides? Well, the Ben Gesserit. Ben Gesserit, the order of female warrior monks, and I think Narset, with her blue eyes, is a perfect example of a Ben Gesserit, even if she's probably a little nicer than most, to make our simple Joda into a precognitive, future-seeing planeswalker. Okay, that's the deck. That's the flavor for Timothée Chalamet. Now let's take it into the queues and see how we can do. The only problem, there are two problems with this deck. One is it is built for flavor first, so it is not as competitive as it could be. So hands like these, where you're like, no place till turn 3, but I can fetch my black source and then wipe the board, I think I gotta keep that. It also, maybe because it's Joda and it's 5-color Joda, it tends to be matched up against decks that are good, not not janky, like this is supposed to be. Okay, oh, well, there's one partner. It doesn't really matter. I have more white, so let's get the white land down. Then I don't think I'll need Toxic Deluge, but Heath can fetch a black source if needed. I'll be happy if we get, I want to say more than one win, but I also want to be realistic. I'll be happy if we can get 2 wins. I don't know if we will. Let's fetch black with this. I don't know if we'll get 2 wins, but it would be nice. Untapped black, Overgrown Tomb. I don't think we need to get Tomic into play just yet. I am instead going to Spelunking to get my Bristling Backwoods into play, and that'll have Beneath the Sands then come in untapped when I play it next turn. Spelunking, slightly flavorful. You gotta go into the caverns under Arrakis. And also a bit of a uh, necessity for all the tapped lands in this deck. Okay, well, I can Beneath the Sands, get a basic land. I have all my colors. I want more blue. And then I can Solar Transformer. It's a little loud. Let's turn down the audio. Elven Chorus. Okay, creatures can tap. At this point, with them missing lands and casting creatures from the top of their deck, I think it's time to wipe the board, even if I kind of wanted to save it for later. I What am I gonna play this turn? I think I'm gonna play Narset because I can Ral Crackling Wit, and that discounts Tomic because they're husbands. Um, okay, so kill everything with 3 or less, and then Narset. Good game. Oh my god. If if my janky Timothée Chalamet movie deck can, I tuned this a lot in practice and was probably like 2 for 15. So it is good to start off with a win. Let's get set up for our next game. Okay, Atreides. Let's. I've never played against as Axavar. Let's see how we can do. A lot of ramp, or at least not a lot. Birds and Mindstone again, just to make the deck work, but Wonka's Cookie and the Meteor Strike. This hand doesn't synergize, but again, there are few hands in this deck that are particularly good. Okay, so they're playing a sort of heist deck. Oh, Wonka. Willy Wonka with his black market connections might just come in clutch. I assume Command Tower only taps for Jeskai mana, because Joda is a Jeskai card. It just has Wooburg in its text box. I will find out on my next turn when I manually tap it and see what it can generate. I think Willy Wonka went to some tropical jungle paradise. Oh, can't tap for Wooburg. Cool. He went to some tropical jungle to get his cacao or finding Bloompas, so that's where the bird is from. I'm not trying to be too cheap on that one. It is very much. I just need some ramp and some color fixing to make this deck function. Yeah, Mind Stone, because the Spacers Guild didn't trust computers, so they basically turned their brains into computers on Spice. If you try hard enough, you can make anything work. Not because it deserves to, but because you tried. I'm really getting all of my deserts on this turn, this game. Let's get red and black down, and then play black market connections and prepare to lose a lot of life. I assume they're going to make the treasure. This will attack me for 4. On my turn, I might lose the full 6 life. Listen, there are no ethical billionaires, and Wonka didn't get where he is by playing safe. Do they avoid? Yes. Discard a card, then heist my library. That's a good card. Unstoppable Slasher. Do they have stuff that gets things back from the graveyard? Guess we'll find out. Heist, if you're unfamiliar with the mechanic, as you look at 3 random non-land cards from your opponent's library, you can exile it face down, you can cast it for as long as it's in exile, and you can spend mana of any color to cast that spell. So they are able to kind of see my 3 best, see 3 non-land cards and pick the best out of those 3 for my deck. I don't have any instants or sorceries in the deck yet. I have 4, 5, 6 mana. I can make a treasure for 7, but I don't really need to. So I'm just going to draw a card, and hire a mercenary. Lose plenty of life. Oh, that's kind of good. Um, Play a tapped land. Play Joda, and then play Tough Cookie. And they probably have a removal spell, but on this board, at the very least, oh, that means I get hit a lot for a lot more by the Generous Plunderer. On this board, at the very least, I can block Axavar and Generous Plunderer. If they kill these two, I can't. Okay, Timothy. Use your French charm to bring me to victory. Sacrifice a creature or planeswalker of their choice. I mean, I think I need to keep up blockers. That doesn't really feel good to sacrifice Birds of Paradise, but maybe it did its job. Oh, well, my opponent is going heavy on the treasure generation and heisting. I have two cards, two non-land cards taken from my library. Crucius lets them. They discarded this card, Expedient, so they were able to fetch a land card. I'm planning on wiping this board, so I'm not going to make a 3-2. Is it worth gaining the 3 life from sacrificing Tough Cookie or attacking and them hopefully blocking Axavar? I think that's the move. Because if I Wrath for 3, I kill both our creatures. If I only Wrath for 2, or if, okay. If they blocked Tough Cookie with Axavar, then I could only need to Wrath for 2, or even 1, depending. But not how it works. How much mana do I have access to? I can play Ral, and then I can still play Toxic Deluge. So that's going to be the move. And then I'm going to have to start being a little careful about my life total. Kill everything for 3 or less. Okay, 10 life. I can gain 3 life from this food, but I don't think I can make too many more creatures or draw too many more cards off my Willy Wonka's connections. The good news for me is, oh, they had Bitter Drive in hand. Sad. I was going to say my deck is so silly that I mean they're not going to have 2 deserts to fetch. Like it is just so many unsynergistic cards that even though they stole them from me, I'm not too worried about what they stole. Um, how much life do I want to lose on this turn? This has Menace, 2-3. I think I want to make a creature. And then maybe that's it. And I have 6 mana, so I can cast Arcane Signet and Is It Viceroy? Okay. Make a creature. Arcane Signet, get my Prowess trigger. Play the Is It Viceroy, get my Prowess trigger. Draw a card by any other name. I guess I'll take the Gulch and hit them for 1 damage. And hit them for prowess. I clearly Arena knows when you are filming and decides to give you better draws. Okay, do they have Void? Oh, they're gonna have Void from Lightning Bolting that, and because they have no cards in hand, they just get a free heist. This doesn't say you may discard a card if you do. It just says discard a card. If they have no cards to discard, they go straight to the heist. I am at 7 life. Do I go to 4 life? And I plan on... I can't Row shoot Axivar. I guess I can Wrath of God, which is not something I really want to use up now. So if I'm the Wrath of God, I don't want to make a creature. I'm just going to draw a card. I will attack, because if they block, I can finish Axivar off with Row. Great. I'm running on fumes here, so we're doing everything we can. And then, what does Yuma do? This is just a flavorful desert card, so I included it. When it enters or attacks, you may sacrifice a land. If you do, draw a card. Whenever a desert is put in your graveyard area, create a 4/2. Okay, so I'm going to play you. I'm going to sacrifice a desert. Wow, desert synergy. I'm going to draw a card for doing so. I'm going to get a creature, and I'm going to Commercial District Farseek away. Okay. This is very exciting. I mean, I've had an opponent at 1 life before and lost. Me? Oh, that's... No. Don't look up. Don't look up. They meteored me with my own golem. I'm at 3 life. I think I go to... And they have one of my cards in hand, so they can't do any instant speed damage. So I think I do... Create a creature, create a treasure token, go to 1, play Tireless Provisioner, play a land, make a food, sacrifice the food, just to give myself a little more of a life total buffer. This deals 3 damage. Do I want to lose his advice for me to kill my own Meteor Golem? No. So I'll attack with the 4/2. They'll probably block. And now I get to keep Raoul around by drawing a card. I don't need Farewell. And I could play Monastery Mentor, but I want to be able to crack the food in case of an emergency. Break glass, or in this case, sacrifice food in case of emergency. Okay, what do they got? Oh my god. You gotta do what you gotta do, but taking 2 damage. And they're gonna discard? Is it a Madness card? Madness cards are cards you can cast for the discard cost. Oh, just in response? Oh, I can cast Dismiss? That's cool. I guess I'll dismiss then. I guess that's multiple reasons not to have cast Monastery Mentor. Hey, dismissing science wins you a game! Or, to follow the movie, they were dismissed. They were dismissive of science and they blew up. So, that's flavorful. Okay, 2 and 2? Timothy, c'est fantastique, c'est formidable. Let's play one more with Timothy, and then uh, win or lose, we will put him to bed. I'm already exceeding my own expectations. Raphaelos is in Arena? Wow. Huh. Raphaelos is an old card. Oh, this is a mulligan hand. I can see keeping this. Raphaelos is an old card that ramps you up very quickly. You had one green for each forest you control. Okay. Am I going to be quick enough to deal with my opponent's deck? I'm not sure. They already have 5 mana, and they play another 4, so 3 lands. This taps for 3, so they have 7 mana. That's a lot. 7 mana on turn 3. If they have anything expensive in their hand, it's going to be hard to deal with. I need another red. I need red and green. Okay, Ketria Triome is what I want. Yes, if they are playing a tuned, intentional deck, then I will not last long. Okay, let's play Narset. Let's play Proving Ground. On the other hand, if I have enough mana to cast Meteor Swarm, if if Don't Look Up can devastate their board sufficiently, I can kill the birds, I can kill Raphaelos, I can kill Augur of Autumn. I just need more mana to make that happen. Or didn't cast any spells. Okay, let's cast Narset Transcendent. The Ben Gesserit have united behind me. I didn't think it was worth it using Meteor Swarm to just kill Raphaelos. I have Farewell, actually. So I think I've pivoted a little bit to... Yeah, I mean, 2 free lands off Augur of Autumn is nice from the top of their deck, but... Ulamog. They exile the top half. I exile the top half of my library? Dang. And has Annihilator X? Wait. The greatest mana value among cards in exile. 11? What do I have that costs 11? Oh no, the worm! The mother of all worms! World Spine Worm. You have betrayed me. If I had one more land, I could. I mean, I got no ways of dealing with that one. Maybe they'll take pity on me and not attack. That is brutal. I mean, let's fetch 2 deserts, but we are donezo. I'm gonna let them attack because I'm gonna let them Annihilator 11 and make me sacrifice literally every permanent on my side of the board. I won't enjoy it, but they earned it. We were close. Farewell. And Meteor. We were close. Many different ways we were close. But now we're dead. Okay, well done, my opponent. You certainly ramped enough to take me out. It'd be awesome if they had 2 life and the rebound trigger and my deserts could have killed them, but I bow to your superior firepower. that'll be game. Thank you for watching. Again, 2 wins. I thought I was going to have to play 5 games to maybe get 2 wins. So 2 out of 3 I am quite happy with. And Timothée Chalamet, when he watches this video, Timothy, I assume you're watching now, I hope you'll be happy with the deck I built in your honor. And for you or anyone else who is in the intersection of Timothée Chalamet and Magic the Gathering fandom, the deck list will, of course, be in the description below. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you like this sort of content and what celebrity, TV show, movie, what pop culture inspiration you'd like to see next. And with that, I'll see you later.